So I motion, bam, and I hit like this. No, I want to make it harder for him. No, yeah, kick. Make him ready, make sure he's ready. If he doesn't bring his knee up sharp, it's not gonna hit. Yes, good. And do you see my bottom foot? This bottom foot has to slide. This is one of the techniques that's very controversial. If you're in the air, you can't do anything. I see it, dunk, right? He brings me up something, and then I can score it. Okay, everyone, let's go. This morning session, we're gonna be focused purely on working on the form of your kicks, the timing of your kicks, how you're going to set them up, and how you're going to score with them. And then in the afternoon, we're going to take that and then learn how to apply that to the fight. All right, everyone? Okay, everyone, let's get to work. Everyone stand up. For this drill, I'm going to be working on my first chamber for my cut kick, but it could also be adapted into an up bar or whatever kick that I want to throw. So, like I talked about earlier, we want to work on our hip flexors so that when we bring up our kick, our chamber is nice and tight and it's high. Why do I want that to be nice and tight and high? If I'm sparring Juan over here, right? And I throw the kick and there's no chamber to it, come into me when I kick. My kick is gonna get stuffed. If there's no chamber to it, my kick is gonna get stuffed. But if I have a tight chamber, even if he comes in and I wasn't ready for him to come in, he's gonna walk into it. Even if he comes in, I wasn't ready, he's gonna walk into it, okay? So I need to make sure that I have the tight chamber because I not only can I catch him on the way in, but if he moves out, when I kick it, you move out. If he moves out, it's okay because I still have it ready to come forward and extend. I still have it ready to come forward and extend like this, okay? So we're gonna work on that tight chamber, that high chamber. He's going to have the paddle out just like this. I want it at least at my waist height. And what my job is to get my foot over. So my knee is not like this. My foot should be coming up. I wanna clear the target and then drop slowly. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna clear the target and then drop slowly. In order to do this, my body weight cannot be forward and my stance cannot be wide. I gotta have a short stance that's geared towards that front leg and my body weight has to be back and loaded so I can explode and come over the target. All right, everyone? So we're gonna go for 7 reps on one side, 7 reps on the other. Make sure your foot clears it first. Foot clears it first. All right, everyone? Let's go. Ready, go. Good, and then try and control it. So get it over, control, and drop. Yes, good, and then try and land it over this side. Like a hurdle, nice. So I see you could get it up high fast, but I don't want it to be like 1, 2. I want you to be able to control it here and then drop, okay? Yes, good. Okay, everyone. So our next correction drill, or our mechanic drill, is going to be for the front leg roundhouse kick. For me, right, I started off with the old school background, so I like to use my back legs more. But in the modern day game, in the newer game, you have to be able to use your front leg more. Even if you have a good back leg, that can only be up to a certain amount of your game because most of the fighters are going to be fighting you with that front leg 80% of the time. So you gotta have not only your defense with your front leg, but also your offense with your front leg that is sharp and you know how to hit it. You know the angle that you need to put it at. So for the headshots, right? A lot of the time, if you hold it like this, let's say this is my foot, right? I see a lot of fighters, they kick the headshot and the angle of the kick is very important. The line of my kick is going to decide, am I going to hit it or not? If it's a wide swing, that's not going to hit. If it's just going out straight, that's not going to hit. It has to be for that front leg up bar. It has to be like I'm following the curve of his shoulder and following him on the way down. So again, I see a lot of the kicks, they go like this. Upwards, like this. Upwards like this. But let's say, right, I'm not going to hit you. Let's say if I bring it upwards and he leans back, go lean back, he's not going to hit. He's not going to hit, right? So I need to make sure that the line of my kick, it goes straight, it comes forward, he's going to lean back, I turn it over and boom, like that, okay? So when I'm kicking, right now, I'm going to be going, the holder, this is very important. We have to make sure that the angle of the paddle is not traditional like this, and I'm not kicking at a 45-degree angle upwards. I'm bringing it 45 degrees downwards, okay? So from here, I'm going to work on getting my knee nice and tight. I want to get my knee nice and tight, and it's like I'm scraping my knee with his body. I'm going to bring it up, and then once I get here, I'm going to flip all the way forward. My hips should extend through. If you look at this bottom leg, right? I don't want to collapse where I'm going like this, not like this. I want to extend all the way through. So when I land, my hips are all the way up against him like this, okay? Afterwards, what? Hold it. If I go like this, bam. Then during the competition, when I kick, if I go like this, bam, I can get hit. So I need to make sure after I kick, one of two options. Either I go one and then I pull back, or I go one and then I come in. Okay? One of the two. Okay, I like it. Good, okay? Let me see. Instead of 1, 2, I want bam, like that. Yes, good. Okay? Make sure after, right? Not 1, 2. I want 1 and then eyes still forward. So I can move out or I could move in. Right now it's like this, right? I want it coming forward and then down. Okay? Good, okay? Eyes after, go. Good, okay? 1 and 2 is good, right? Let me see just 1. Yes. Get your knee up nice and tight, fast. If you bring it slow and he comes in, he'll come in, he's gonna get caught here. You gotta bring it fast up so you can still catch him. Yes. Okay? And then let's say he doesn't move in, he moves out. And bring your knee up and then pause. Ready, go. Boom. Yes, so like even if, okay, watch, right? If he comes in, I bring my knee up high and I bring it, right? If he moves out, then I can 1 and then I can go again more. But if you bring your knee up tight first, then you could do anything. Short, long, anything you want. All right, everyone, so this time we're gonna be working on our front leg axe kick. We could do it either in the closed stance or the open stance. So the closed stance when both of our right legs are back, or the open stance when it's a right leg and left leg back situation. So right now it's in the closed stance, right? And he's not going to be moving. This is just gonna be working on my form. But basically what I'm gonna be trying to do is draw a rainbow over his shoulder, okay? So if this is my foot, right? I'm drawing a rainbow. I start over here, I pass the shoulder, and then I come over here and I'm trying to, boom, push it forward, okay? If my rainbow is too wide, if it goes like this, then he's gonna lift his arm to block. He's gonna lift his arm to block like this, and I'm not gonna be able to touch it. So it needs to come up nice and tight. My knee has to be tight into my chest. Once my knee is tight into my chest, right, I clear his shoulder, and then I'm gonna be pushing through. So it shouldn't be like this. It should be a little bit like this, and then just watch your head as I kick. So from here, right, boom, forward. Are you okay? Yeah. From here, boom, forward, okay? When I do this, right, if you are flexible, if you could bring that leg up and use your hip strength to get there, then you don't need the skip. But if you're a little bit less flexible, if you're a little bit more explosive, you can use the skip. I want you to find out which one is more fitting with your body type, with your style. For me, I like to use the skip. I like to be a little bit more explosive. So I'm here, right? I can move, right? I test it. And he's not going to be manipulating distance, so I just have to aim for that target. So from here, right? I bring the knee up tight. I follow the shoulder. I trace it, create the rainbow like this. After I land, same thing. Either I shut it down, or I can move out, move sideways, or I can follow it up. Okay, everyone? All right, same thing, 7, 7, and then we're gonna switch. Let's go. You could put your hand on me if you need for balance. Okay. So from here, right? If he comes in, go come in, tight, tight. It needs to be tight so that you can still, bam. Okay, over like this. Okay. Yes. After the axe kick, right? You're looking for extra shots, right? So if you see him like this, right? You go for the axe kick and his body was back, right? Then boom, you work on just throwing that extra shot, right? And all of these drills, right? If you want to work on the extra shot, then okay, I'm setting it up. Boom, bam, bam. He's not ready. Okay, maybe I turn him, spin him, and then I'm still here. You saw how after he kicked like that, right? He goes 1 and then he's lazy stepping back, right? So if he's lazy stepping back, then bam. Make sure you test his guard. Yes. Nice, good. So the explosive part of the kick is good now. Now I want you to work on setting it up. So I want you to be nice and relax. Bam! You set it up and then relax. Okay, move, get one fake, maybe touch the body with the cut. Yes, boom, yes, okay. So we're working on those setups, okay? Whoa! Bring your knee up. Bring it nice and tight, nice and tight, nice and tight. And then boom through, okay? Yes. If you're in the air, you can't do anything. So the more time that in the air, he could keep hitting me like this, right? So I want to make my stance a little bit lower. If I'm bouncing, okay, maybe I bounce out here. But if I get short, then I'm a little bit more cautious. I'm a little bit more cautious, right? And then after I throw the kick, I don't want to bounce out and then give him more shots. After I throw the kick, I want to have a short compressed stance so then I could react. I see it, dunk, 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 right? He brings me up something, and then I could score it, okay? And then so see on the exit, right? It's like 1, 2, and then down, right? If you're on the exit, be ready. And then I'm ready. And then, okay. Okay, and then I get out, okay? Okay, everyone, so we're going to be working on our under kick, okay? Everyone, let's group in a little bit closer. So when I go for the under kick, I'm looking for the back pocket. And by back pocket, I'm talking about this back side that's wrapping around. So for both the Dedo and the KPMP, what scores the best on it? Not instead of this front area, it's these side areas that score the best. So that means that if I'm going under, I can't hit his chest. One second, take it off. Take it off. If I hit his chest, then maybe I only have a little bit of a chance to score. But if I can wrap my leg around the back side and hit his backside over here, I have a much higher chance to score. Along with that, especially if it's Dedo, right? I don't want to be hitting with the instep of my foot. So I don't want to be hitting just over here with the toes and instep. I want to look to aim with almost this lower part of my shin. And the reason for that is because with the Dedo system, if I can create a dent, so if I can create an imprint in the Hogu with something hard, then it's much easier to score. So that's why with the inverted cut, we were looking to dig the heel into the chest guard to create that dent. Same thing when I'm going for my inside kicks or my under kicks. I want to look to dig this shin, this bony part, into his ribs so then I can create that dent and score it much easier. So what I'm going to be doing right here is he's going to be holding my mitt over here, right? I'm going to give him one motion. By motion, I mean fake. Okay, so motion and fake is the same thing. I'm going to give him one fake, right? After I give him the fake, he's going to lift his leg, but not offensively. If he brings it offensively, like this, and he moves his bottom foot, I'm never going to be going under that. Does anyone know why? Why should I not go under an offensive kick? He's going to push me back. Everyone, look at him, right? If he goes offensive with his cut kick, all of this momentum is... I'm sorry. All of this momentum is coming towards me, right? So the second that I lift one of the feet off the ground and he's kicking at me, then I'm going to get pushed to the ground. So I got to know, especially if I'm going to go under and the match is on the line, right? I have to get 2 points. Let's say I'm down by 2 points, 10 seconds left. Everyone has been in this situation before. I have to make sure if I give him the fake and he comes off offensively like this, he's coming at me, then I know when to cancel, right? Right? Maybe he comes offensively and I cancel it, right? But maybe the last time, if I'm able to give him a fake and he lifts it in place like this without coming forward, that's when I want to make the decision to hit that under. Okay, everyone? Get him to lift his leg. If he brings it up first, then I know he's being offensive, right? He thinks in his head, okay, he wanna cut. So if he wanna cut, and I say, oh, then I'm gonna fall. I want to make him cut. I want to make him lift his leg. So I gotta make him lift it like this, right? If he comes out offensively, then okay, whatever. If he comes out offensively, then I cancel it, right? But I want to make it so like he thinks, and then I kick it, okay? I want you to manipulate her so she lifts it when you want. So she lifts it when I want. And then from here, instead of my arm being like this and I'm hitting it, I need to be making sure like a windshield wiper. I'm getting it out of the way and I'm kicking, sorry. I'm getting it out of the way and I'm kicking, okay? Yes, good. All the way out the way. Yes, good. A little bit deeper. I want you to aim for over here. Try to push your hip in deeper. Go. Good, okay? Yes, good. So when you lift your leg, right? if it's here and your arm is like this, then if I'm not careful, then he can boom like this, right? So you got to make sure that this is all the way out the way. This is one of the techniques is very controversial because in the new school game, like I said, it's most of the kicks is what? Front leg or back leg? Front leg. So with a lot of coaches or a lot of athletes as well, if you throw the back leg, it's almost like it's a taboo thing right now. It's almost like, oh, this is not, this is not back in the days, this is not old school or this or that, right? But I feel like if you are able to use it in the correct situations and you have the good timing for it, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing it at least a little bit here and there, okay? So if for me especially, if I am comfortable with that, if I have a better back leg base, then I don't want to just throw that away from my game. I want to find the right moments and the right decisions or times that I can make those decisions, and I want to be able to apply it. So one thing with the back leg, the reason that it gets hit so much, right, is that I'm not setting it up correctly. So I need to be able, when I throw it, can you hold open stance? So I need to be able to throw it so that I'm not taking an extra step before I kick. The second that I take this extra step, let's say he's trying to cut me, if I take this extra step, I'm running into a cut. That's why a lot of people, when they try to throw the back leg, they try to throw it and I get pushed back, or get that front leg up, and I get caught, okay? So I gotta make sure, number one, I'm not taking an extra step before I kick, I'm throwing it straight from my place. Number two, I have to travel with it. Does that make sense? Everyone say travel. So when I kick, right? Look at my bottom foot. I want you to focus on this bottom foot. I'm not kicking and then landing like this. I'm not kicking and then landing here. This bottom foot, my heel is up, right? And it's like a sprinter's position. I explode through, and after I explode through, it slides. So my foot has to slide with me. So I'm here, right? And I see it. And do you see my bottom foot? One more time. My bottom foot, I'm sliding with it. So then that way, right? Let's say he moves back. I'm still ready for my other techniques. If my stance is wide afterwards and he moves back and now bring the upper up, I can't move. My feet are too wide. So this bottom foot has to slide to cover distance to put me in a good position. And also if he stays there, I can shut it down into the clinch. So if it's here and my bottom foot slides, right? I see it, I can shut it down. Or I could see it and my bottom foot slides so I can use the momentum, boom, to bring it up to the face. Okay, everyone? Now, work on using the front leg to set it up first, okay? So you're gonna cut at him, use your front leg, set it up. But that's a little bit too far for my liking. So from here, right? It's like, It's like, this gives him too much space. It needs to be, and then I'm down. You see how it's kind of like this, okay? Right now, it's all the way back here. I don't want that. I want it short with you. So you're gonna get here, you get into full extension and then dragging it. Extension, dragging it. Extension, dragging it. So then that way, I can kick multiple kicks. If I make it wide, then I can't kick my next kick, right? If I make it extend and come short, then I can go pang tang tick tang. If my feet are nice and close in, then I can kick next one, right? But if they're far, palm, 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 right? If it's short, then I can go palm, he throws it again, palm, he throws it again, palm, he throws it again, okay? Right now, right? Before you kick, it's not bad, but I want you to take out the turn. And then number two is after you kick, it's just like one pivot. I want it to be as you're kicking, you're pivoting, so it takes out that telegraph. And then from here, you get to 45 degrees and that's enough. 45 degrees through the motion is enough. You can stop pivoting after that. And then from here, you get to full extension. And then from there, you think about bringing your foot here. So I get to full extension and then I'm bringing my foot there. Better, yes. But after you land, right? If it's here, if it's still not totally shut down, it gives them room to kick you. So I need it to be, bam, and then I'm here, okay? Yes. All right, everyone, great work. Let's put these mitts exactly where they were earlier, and then let's come back and we're gonna have a group winning. All right, everyone, so to cover the training session that we just went over, this was our technical training session. We worked on the form of your kicks, right? We weren't working on stamina or strategy or or clinch or footwork. More, we were working on the exact angle of your kicks. But this is the most important thing that I want you guys to understand. All of these techniques are from my personal experience. For you guys, you have to figure out exactly which techniques work for you, because not everyone is the same body type. Not everyone is the same flexibility. Not everyone has the same explosiveness. Not everyone has the same bone density, right? Everyone is different. But each kick, right? Just because the way that I throw it is the way that I throw it doesn't mean that the way you throw it should be the same. If you throw it the way that I throw it and it scores every time and you're safe, then that's perfect. But if it isn't because maybe you're too tall, or it isn't because maybe you're too short, or it isn't because you're different than my style or different than my body type, then you need to find a way around that and adapt it to yours. When I was growing up, I have very bowed legs. Bowed legs is when your shins, they come out like this. So when I bring my legs together, instead of being straight, it makes a big like bow like this, okay? And then when I was growing up, I always told myself, man, if I only didn't have bowed legs, maybe I could be 6 feet. I'm only 5'9", 5'10". Maybe I could have been 6 feet. Maybe I could be better at Taekwondo. Maybe be a little bit more popular, right? But I always thought about like a flaw. But you have to take your flaws and then think about how can I adapt this to make it to my advantage. So if I could show with you, right? If you could stand up. My bowed legs prevent me from kicking in a straight line because, again, my leg is curved. So a lot of times when I was doing my basic kicks first starting Taekwondo, the angle of it wasn't pretty. It was always kind of like this, or like my roundhouse kick wasn't nice and smooth like this. It's kind of like that. But I had to find a way to adapt my kicks, and I also found a plus to having bowed legs. And what is that? Since my leg curves, when I come to the inside, even if they block and I don't have to do much work, my leg curves around it naturally. So that's why I can score my inside shots so much easier and at a more efficient rate, is because my bones are curved inside. So it scores more like this, which scores very well on the system. Same thing with you guys. Maybe you feel like you're too flexible and you don't have enough hip strength, but maybe you can work on some of the techniques that, they're coming in and you do like almost like a full split. Or maybe you're not flexible, but you're very explosive. So you can use your explosiveness to your advantage, like we just worked on, bam, that back leg, right? Even if you're not the most flexible, you find a way to use your attributes and your personal body type to your advantage. Does that make sense, you guys? All right, thank you. Everyone, good work. Thank you, sir.